First things first, I just want to apologize for turning this video in so close to the deadline. What ended up happening is I saw the dog's genetic lab and I didn't see the video prompt underneath it. And so I figured all I had to do for Tuesday, or before Tuesday, was the genetics lab. And I went to work all day, came home pretty late, opened up my dashboard and saw this assignment, so that's why I'm doing it now. Looking at the actual assignment itself, I'm not sure what you're looking for here. I'm guessing just a quick evaluation about whether or not I think these articles and these sources are scientifically literate and, worth actually reading. The first article does seem pretty valid and worthy of attention. I do sense a little bit of bias, maybe. The very first paragraph addresses an economist who is from the University of Virginia, and then the person who's writing this article is writing for the University of Virginia, so it's kind of, it's a person in a company writing for another person in a company, if that makes any sense. But the economist credentials do seem to check out and be, worthy, and there is a link that you can follow within the article that goes to his study, so which follows the scientific method and is, probably peer-reviewed, and it's an actual study. So I would say that that is probably the most scientifically literate article out of all of them. And then the second article from the ISAAA, that one does seem moderately scientifically literate. I could not find an author, but I did click around on the website and I found out that it is a nonprofit organization. I did notice that the article itself is not biased. It's pretty much open. It talks about the pros and the cons of GM crops, and then they do reference down below and within the article itself all of the sources that they used to compose this article. So, and looking at those references and sources, some of them are studies from actual scientists, and so I would say that's moderately, literate, scientifically literate, worth attention. The last article I cannot say the same for, from Biotech Now. I mean, just right away from the title, how GMOs can help the environment. Plain Jane. There's no big words in there, no scientific words in there. It's very boring. The author himself, I mean, he has some credentials, yes, but I don't know if that really helps with any points that he's making here. Most of the links that are within the article literally are just to other pages on the website. They're not to any studies. There's no scientific method or an experiment to follow. Using the scientific method, there's nothing there. It's just some pretty much facts. So I wouldn't exactly consider this very valid. There's not anything on this article that's very helpful or even evidential that I could use if I was to use this as a reference in an essay, for example. There's nothing here that I would really use or really want to use to back up and support my claims. So I wouldn't consider this the best source.